نو دا بخای کانج د روزي میاش کې دوی سره جنگ ونه کړی او خپل ځای باندې پاتې شي خپل فامیل سره پاتې شي.
All right, y'all, welcome back to Common Arms channel. Okay, so today we are checking out Ross Kemp, which I guess more specifically is Ross Kemp Extreme World, which I guess is like his program. I don't know anything about this TV show. I know I've been seeing it a lot on YouTube, showing up in my feed every now and again. You guys have been wanting me to react to this. It's been taking me a while to react to it, mainly because combat footage tends to get demonetized and whatnot. But since so many people are requesting it, I feel like I need to do a reaction to it. Now, I haven't really checked out any of these videos. Again, I have seen them show up every now and again. So I imagine they're pretty good stuff, and YouTube probably wants me to check it out anyway. So we are going to be doing that today. So this one is called Man Down on the Rooftop. So yeah, I guess we'll get right into it and check it out.
Good morning, Bruce. And how are you this fine morning? Raring to go.
He can't match that energy. All right, going right into the patrol, okay.
With the Mastiffs again, heading up the Musakala Wadi. We're going north for 4Ks. They're going to attempt to set up a new patrolling base and operate out of it for 2 days. If they think they can build one up there, then they're going to try to build one. But this is basically a test run to see how much incoming it gets and how badly the Taliban react to it.
Oh, snap. Okay, so pretty bold move, I gotta say. So setting up a patrol base, especially when you're talking about like Afghanistan and whatnot, setting up a patrol base is going to be hit or miss. I guess it really depends on what stage of the war and where this is happening. But setting up an urban patrol base is usually not a big deal. But if you feel like it's going to be a problematic area, then yeah, it kind of makes sense that they're going to test the waters a little bit. But yeah, I gotta say, it's really cool seeing like journalists embed themselves like this. I have a lot of respect for journalists that go to like combat zones and sort of embed themselves in the units. It's just some really cool raw footage.
Musakala is protected from enemy attack by a ring of patrol bases. This is the first time they've ever attempted to establish a foothold in the northern part of the Green Zone, the heart of enemy territory. To get there, the company are travelling north to a drop-off point at the edge of the Wadi.
Oh, snap.
Because of the risk of IEDs, it's taken us 1 hour to travel 4 kilometres.
That's still not that bad.
Didn't the Taliban know that we're already here?
I would be very surprised if they hadn't seen us leaving the front gate of camp. So there's probably somebody on a motorbike somewhere, or somebody out on the ground with a communication system telling commanders, you know, where we are and what we're doing.
Yep.
Doors open.
That's how it is sometimes.
Right, let's move out.
We're dangerously exposed as we cross the open ground. Soldiers listening to Taliban radio traffic called ICOM chatter have heard we're in the Taliban sights.
Yeah. So I'm not really too savvy on how that signals intelligence stuff sort of goes. They never really went in depth as far as like teaching the infantry, that kind of stuff. But man, it is an incredible asset to be able to actually listen in on like the Taliban radio chatter. Really makes a difference, because again, you can sort of expect that they're going to be watching you, especially when you're leaving the base and whatnot, and if you have like a certain patrol schedule. But for them to have that radio chatter, yeah, it can really make the difference whenever they actually get in contact into how they sort of start moving their formations and whatnot.
Zero Alpha, Roger. Just waiting for 3-0 call signs to drop off once they're...
So I'm not sure when this happened. It looks like maybe around 2010. I could be completely wrong on that.
Radio with a new fill. All of our radios are not on a new fill. We don't have that new fill.
There's a problem with the radios.
Oh man.
They're going to send it to QRF with the new fill and we'll remain here.
I'm pretty unhappy with that, actually. That means we're static at this location. We tell them we'll push down south and we'll give them an RV.
So I think right now what's happening is they got their radios filled with like certain, I don't know what you'd call it, a certain fill. So generally when you're talking about fills, it will hop certain frequencies and you can keep it on a certain like encryption. And it seems like the people that they're trying to talk to changed up the fill on them so they can actually talk to them.
In fact, tell them to fuck off.
Yes, sir.
Tell them to fuck off and sort out. Do they know how long it takes to refill fucking 30 radios?
Do we use those as acronyms?
A long time. Especially if you only have one device.
We're now under attack. The longer we remain static, the more vulnerable we are. The Taliban have zeroed in on our position with mortars. We need to find cover urgently.
I mean, that's concealment. That's something.
Up to these compounds. However, there is a big problem with the radios. And hopefully when we get to the compounds and lay up, we'll be able to sort that problem out.
Damn, that's so annoying.
This area has seen a lot of fighting over the last few weeks, so most of the compounds are deserted.
Nice. What unit was that? Was that the Scots?
We've got a platoon up there at the moment, providing a bit of security up to the north. And then this call sign and the one behind it, and they're going to insert into their compounds.
There's a risk that the Taliban have left booby traps or are lying in wait.
Yep. Nice kick. Oh man, just the layout of these compounds is one thing. Like, you can do CQB all day and train on these really nice room setups, but when you go into like mud huts like this, where, I mean, sometimes they either won't have a door or the door is just like some really crappy piece of wood or something, and you just kick it and it just falls down or your foot goes through. Yeah, you can't really prepare for those sort of like mud huts that you'll see in places like Afghanistan. So it's kind of funny. I guess they're taking it with violence, so that works too. There you go. Jeez, man. Ooh. Yeah, it's pretty sketch.
Obviously, the guys need to check the rooms to see if there's anybody here also, if there are any booby traps, any IEDs. And what the guys are now doing are trying to make sure they've got arcs on the roof, put some kind of protection around themselves so that they can fire from relative safety should they be attacked.
Directly west, there's a big tree line, only get 50 to 100 metres. On the eastern side, there's a fucking run right up there, get about 200, 300 metres.
What an
So
accent.
I'm happy that 6-9's got pretty good arcs from this location. I don't think it's going to be big enough for two call signs, so you're going to have to move into co-locate yourself with 3-0 in compound 6-7-6-6, over.
If they got them named already.
The company is split into 3 platoons based in neighbouring compounds.
Oh, okay, it's a lot.
2-0 are in compound 69. 1-0
Nice.
are in compound 66, and 3-0 are in compound 67. They're acting as bait, hoping the enemy will open fire and give away their location.
Hey, bold move. I like it.
A lot of people will find it hard to understand just how close the enemy are here. How close have some of the contacts been?
Well, certainly some of the ones that you were involved in the other day, that was down to 30.
Man, he looks like he's been in the shit and he's just waiting for stuff to kick off. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how long these guys have actually been in here, but they seem like they're pretty comfortable with the terrain, and they can probably predict what's going to happen when they move into certain areas.
Meters probably tops, so it literally is in this ground. You know, going around the corner of a building, getting to a gap of a maize field, and there they are, shooting at you. So yeah, very close, very exciting.
How many injuries have you had so far? Can you count?
We've had 5 battlefield injuries. Getting wounded on the battlefield is all about 90% professionalism, doing your job the best you can, getting into cover and all those sort of things. And there's that 10% luck piece. And unfortunately, you know, we've been lucky in that we've only had 5. We could have had a lot more.
But you personally, how much have you missed Jenny, your wife, and you've got 3 kids?
Yes, I have, yeah. Darcy, who's 6, little girl. I've got William, who's 4, and I've got
that's
Imogen,
what it's all about.
1. You know, when you think about your family, it can be pretty depressing. All you want to do is just be back with them and looking after them. And every day, I think about my family, have a quick look at the photographs that I've got, and then, you know, park it away.
A separate unit has accompanied Delta to encourage the Taliban to give away their position.
Zoe, thanks for agreeing to talk to us. We're in a compound in enemy territory, and you and your cohorts are just about to put a loudspeaker on, aren't you?
Yeah.
Can you tell us what the point of that is?
We're going to say messages over the loudspeaker to the
Some
Taliban.
psyop stuff?
Either come and fight us if you think you're hard enough, go home, if you're going to fight us, we're going to beat you.
In an operation like now, where we're trying to establish enemy force numbers, dispositions and locations, this is a good way of goading them.
It's bait.
Man, I love it.
Yeah, taunting. Yeah.
It's taunting.
Yeah.
That is
Is it normally taunting?
Yeah,
Always.
especially when we get the pipes on.
It's not as if they're scared of fighting, is it? They are going to fight. They are going to make contact, probably,
That's what we
with
want
us.
to do.
No, but we're already here in a situation.
Yeah, I don't know what point of the war this is actually taking place, but I think there was a certain time where you could see people doing this a little bit more than other times. But yeah, that's really awesome when they have the ability to actually push out, establish that new patrol base, and just start taunting them. It's awesome because they used to have, like, we call them contact patrols. Contact patrols are pretty much you going out to try and make contact with the enemy to sort of see what's going on in certain areas. So this is kind of like that, but a little bit more extreme, which is really cool to see.
Situation where they're going to make contact with us. Does it help by goading them further on?
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
How?
definitely.
It's just more specific. For example, where we are right now, we don't know exactly where the Taliban are, and we're encouraging them to open fire on us so we can see where their positions are. And we've got teams going out who will then be able to outflank.
But isn't it highly sensitive, Zoe, to be doing this during a time of Ramadan?
Well, you kind of have to be a bit culturally sensitive.
You know, if it did interrupt call to prayer, it's not a huge issue. People are generally quite flexible out here.
Okay. Dang.
You see that?
That was quick.
RPG. No.
I'm fine.
We started goading the Taliban about
see if we can get someone.
half a minute ago, and consequently there's been small arms fire and RPGs coming over the compound.
There you go.
So, the "are you think you're hard enough" approach seems to actually get a reaction, funnily enough.
Good stuff. He's got a nice position there too.
Where was it coming? Didn't see the RPG firing point, but the sound certainly came from that direction, the clearing, in line with these two telegraph poles.
There's been small arms fire and an RPG fired over the compound. The guys at the moment, Joe's down there trying to work out exactly where it came from.
One's your officer's RPG was fired from the track to the north to the west-hand side of the track.
All right, well, it's starting to kick off now, I guess.
Slaven. Yeah, can you go and tell the sound commanders to continue with sound commanding?
Sound commander, nice.
Can you be the sound commander?
It doesn't work. We've got a slight problem with the machine now, it's broken. So
that was quick. You had one job, come on, that sucks.
We're actually going back to playing off an iPod at the minute because that cable's knackered.
Oh, right. So we're going for an iPod now then, yeah, to get some bagpipe music?
Yeah.
Cancel, I've got it.
Bagpipes?
I'm such a fucking idiot. There we go.
Oh, this must be the Scots, huh?
Not our finest hour, in many ways.
We've got eyes on a potential firing point in compound 9-4. Then we'll be engaging that with mortars, over.
He's got mortars teed up. Just 9495.
81mm mortars have been called in from Roshan Tower to target the enemy. But this is not without risk.
0 Alpha, roger. They've left the compound manning positions. Roger out.
The problem is...
So another thing to consider, again, at different points in the war, there's different ROEs, so rules of engagement. So even if you do know where they are, you can't necessarily affect that area if you don't have positive identification of everything else that's in that area. So I think that's kind of what they're fighting with right now. So, I mean, of course, the machine went down, so that doesn't help. But I think they have the general idea of the location of where the enemy is, but they can't necessarily start sending in 81mm mortars if they don't know what else is there. You know, of course, there might be civilians, and that's not something commanders will generally want to accept the risk with. Depends, I guess.
We have one of the course nines out on the ground doing a patrol, so they have to make sure definitely they know where 10 is before they launch those mortars. And the worry is that, you know, we could call in friendly fire, have a blue on blue situation.
That too.
That's our roof, yeah? We're engaging.
Hey. Once the machine guns start kicking off, that's it.
Alright.
100 metres, you've got a collapsed wall with a tree hanging over it.
Yeah, just there,
Okay,
yeah.
that was the firing point.
So just there, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, 100 meters.
We'll just keep an eyes on here over at...
They got close.
With the LMG gunner at the minute.
Yeah, and that's Pollock, he can shoot.
That's right.
That was close.
Man down, man down! We need a medic up on
Okay.
the roof and we need more firepower. We need another gunner.
Oh, snap.
Good, Pollock. Okay, we need a medic.
Man down! Boys, we need a medic!
And they're probably getting their sights on him. That was very close.
Where is it, Ross? Where is it?
Up there, mate!
You got him, Bob. Who is it?
Well, they're doing a good job with the fire superiority.
Enemy! Enemy! Coming through the tree! 200 metres!
Yeah, they're close, dude.
Coming in, I think we're going to run out of tape. Enemy just there. Got a man taking around to his arm. I think it might be Pollock, I hope not. We're trying to reload the Minimi now, and they're covering front with the SA-80.
Yeah, gotta get that machine gun up. Damn. Well, at least he's only hitting the arm. Hopefully it's not too bad. Fucking hell, that came out of nowhere, though.
Pollock receives emergency treatment and a shot of morphine from the field medic.
What a legend. Just totally fine.
Wee bit sore on the arm. I guess that'd be the ricochet. But yeah.
Your left arm, yeah?
Yep.
Andy, good dude.
Sit up, mate. Have you dealt with him?
Basically, mechanism injury, obviously the gunshot wound to his left forearm and things. It's a ricochet. There's 3 ricochet bits that's come off, obviously, where the rounds either hit the wall. There's one underneath, one on top, one around. He's got full range of movement in the fingers as well. He's got a good capillary refill, basically meaning the blood's getting able to go back and forward. We put the IV access so we can get fluids into him and get if anything does go wrong or anything happens. Because he's walking wounded, everything's fine about him. Okay, his airway's clear, his breathing,
good medic,
circulation. He's got a radial pulse in there. Still got a radial pulse. That's pretty much treatment given, first field dressings.
So, Mr. Pollock, you feel like a lucky man at the moment?
Very report format right there.
I didn't even realise the first fired about 100 rounds.
Yeah, we were behind you, mate. Well done. You did a fantastic job.
Yeah, good shit. Fuck yeah, that was awesome. Okay. Yeah, it's really awesome to see this sort of stuff. Again, when you get the reporters that are really embedded, that's one thing. But when you have, you know, someone actually walking around and talking to them and sort of getting the story and everything, it's cool. It really adds to something. You can sort of get in the mindset, especially if you're not military or if, you know, if you're not like combat arms or something, you might not necessarily understand what is going on here. And I think the questions that he's asking does a really good job of sort of getting into their mindsets. So yeah, really good stuff. I've never worked with any like embedded reporters, at least during like some sort of firefight or anything like this. So I'm not really sure how it works, if it, you know, if it's kind of a pain in the butt. It seemed like he was doing a pretty decent job of staying out of the way and not really trying to get like too involved or getting too in the way while things are actually kicking off. So good on him for that. So if you guys have any experience with working with combat camera or like a journalist, especially in like situations more like this, let me know how it was. Because yeah, for me, generally it's just like, you know, hey, I'm deployed, like saying hi to the family and stuff like that. It's not really anything too crazy. There's no one that really gets that involved or that personal like we can see with Ross Kemp here. But yeah, this is really cool to watch. Again, it's like really eye-opening. I don't really know too much about the background of this video, but I think you can sort of extrapolate as you're watching. And again, he does a good job of building off of the situation and the background. So yeah, cool video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. It's probably going to get copyright claimed. That's fine. I know you guys wanted me to check it out and I'm very happy I did. So I'm probably going to go watch some more now, but hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff. That is it for this video. I will see you all in the next one.